We're here in North Burnaby with Fabio Chiesa, who is the owner of Circ Oil Tank Removal. And the reason why we're here, actually, right in front of an oil tank, buried oil tank in the backyard, is because we're having some seasonal changes right now that are affecting a lot of homeowners, especially in Burnaby where we're getting a lot of rain, that you should be aware of. So, Fabio, first of all, do you mind telling me a little bit about where we're at right now and what is this pipe out here?
Sure. What we have here, this is called a fill pipe. Now this here probably is a main kind of thing you'll see in a yard that'll give you it'll tell you basically you have an oil tank.
Okay.
So you're going to see a fill pipe 2-inch in diameter.
Okay.
Some have a cap on it, some don't. This one here unfortunately has no cap, which causes a secondary problem.
This is the problem. This is what we're talking about.
Sure. This has caused a problem here now. What's happened is over time it's rained. This thing just keeps filling up with water.
Okay.
And it's basically been pushing the oil up to the surface. Any residual oil left in this tank has been pushed up to the surface. And with these heavy rainfalls in the last month, it's basically surfaced up on the grass here.
Okay.
So this home's had a problem now with not only this oil tank now being in the ground, but they've got oil that is spread on their grass.
Okay. And now, if this is happening to some of our viewers right now, what could they possibly expect to see when they come out here? They would notice a scent of oil? Correct.
Now you'll smell basically a strong odor of oil.
Okay.
It'll be kind of an odd smell.
There's going to be an oil slick in there as well.
There'll be a slick. You're going to see kind of a purpley brown color on top of your grass, maybe oily water, rainbows.
Now, is there something that the homeowner can do, like putting up a tarp over the whole area to prevent the rainwater from seeping into the tank in the first place?
Yeah, so I mean, the only real thing you can do is throw down some absorbent pads.
Okay.
Maybe some kitty litter. With a tarp, the larger you go, it doesn't really matter. Water's going to flow in from the sides, basically come in from the outsides and keep filling this tank up.
Okay.
Because water goes down and disperses in the ground.
Okay. And so once the oil hits the soil, it's pretty much too late for anything aside from a full tank removal, correct?
Correct.
So the tank has to be at that point excavated. Now legally, I understand that there's different rules in different municipalities across Vancouver. Right here in Burnaby, what are the legal requirements of somebody who actually has a leaky oil tank?
Okay, so with oil tanks in Burnaby, you're required to take out a permit.
Okay.
At a cost of $50.
Okay.
Once the tank has been removed now, Burnaby expects a contractor to check the soils out, see if there's any leak visually, by smell. If there appears to be any leak at that point, they want an engineer involved to take soil samples to see if it's over the limit, allowable limit, which is set by the ministry. So 1,000 parts per million would be, anything above that would be a fail, which would require some cleanup on the property.
Okay, and is this difference from other municipalities legally in which way?
Correct. So for example, West Vancouver requires you to take soil samples right away. So once you pull that tank, they want an engineer involved to take soil samples.
Okay.
Westminster is the same way.
Okay.
Vancouver's heading in that direction.
Okay.
And most other municipalities are probably going to head there as well over the next year.
Okay.
Which it's an additional cost.
Okay, so that's an important thing. So it's actually better to deal with this now than wait the next year or something like that, because the cost could potentially go up.
Correct.
As more municipalities are actually adopting these changing laws. Well, that's definitely very good to know. In terms of health issues and risks to people that are living in the area around the tank where the oil has spilled out, what kind of issues could there possibly be?
So I mean, you get your issue of simply the smell is quite powerful. You're going to have neighbors spanning out 3, 4, 5 houses. They'll be calling the fire department. We have this crazy smell here. What is it? It could cause skin irritations. It's bad for the eyes. It's bad for any sort of your lungs.
So people with chemical sensitivities should actually stay away from the area, and that's probably one of the reasons why you want to have some absorbent pads in the first place.
At least it'll absorb that the initial bit of oil up and maybe bring the smell down at that point.
Okay. So how would a person go about taking care of this? What would you recommend somebody to do?
So I mean, firstly, you can go on the internet, you can go in the Yellow Pages, you basically find a reputable company, maybe 2 or 3 companies.
Okay.
Make the call. I mean, maybe get one guy to come out to start and give you kind of his outlook on the situation, and then follow up maybe a couple quotes after that, just to make sure everything's in the sort of the ballpark of the same price.
Excellent. That's perfect. Well, you heard him, folks. This has been Fabio Chiesa from Circ Oil Tank Removal, and if you find that you have a pipe like this in your backyard and it's not capped, it's a good idea to cap it, but at the same time, keep an eye out on any potential leaks and make sure to put some absorbent pads or kitty litter right around the moment you notice it. Thank you for watching.